We humans are a curious bunch, aren't we? From the moment we open our eyes, we're bombarded with questions. Why is the sky blue? How do birds fly? Why does that guy on TV have such weird hair? Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the point. This insatiable curiosity is what sets us apart from other species. It's the driving force behind countless discoveries and inventions that have shaped our world. And how do we quench this thirst for knowledge? Enter the scientific method, a systematic approach to understanding the universe around us. It's not about memorizing facts or blindly accepting what authority figures tell us. It's about questioning, exploring, and testing our ideas against the cold, hard evidence. Think of it as a detective's toolkit. Just like Sherlock Holmes meticulously gathers clues to solve a mystery, scientists use the scientific method to unravel the secrets of the natural world. It's a powerful tool that allows us to separate fact from fiction and gain a deeper understanding of how things work. So, buckle up, folks, as we embark on a thrilling journey into the realm of the scientific method. We'll break down its key components, sprinkle in some real-life examples, and hopefully have a few laughs along the way. Because let's face it, science can be fun. Every scientific endeavor begins with an observation, a spark of curiosity ignited by something we notice in the world around us. It could be anything, a peculiar pattern in the stars, an unusual behavior in your pet goldfish, or even a burnt batch of cookies. The key is to pay attention to the details. Don't just glance, truly observe. What do you see, hear, smell, or even taste? The more detailed your observations, the better equipped you'll be to formulate a solid hypothesis. Let's say you're a gardener, and you notice that some of your tomato plants are wilting while others are thriving. You observe that the wilting plants are in a shadier part of the garden, while the healthy ones bask in the sun. This observation sparks a question. Does sunlight affect the growth of tomato plants? See? It's that simple. By carefully observing the world around us and asking insightful questions, we set the stage for the next step in the scientific method, formulating a hypothesis. Now that we have a question, it's time to come up with a possible answer, a hypothesis. A hypothesis is essentially an educated guess, a tentative explanation for the observation we've made. It's not a wild stab in the dark, though. A good hypothesis is based on prior knowledge, existing research, and of course, our own observations. In our tomato plant example, a plausible hypothesis might be, tomato plants exposed to more sunlight will grow taller and healthier than those grown in the shade. Notice how specific and testable this statement is? That's crucial. A vague or untestable hypothesis is like a car without an engine. It's not going to get you very far. Remember, a hypothesis doesn't have to be right. In fact, some of the most groundbreaking scientific discoveries have come from disproven hypotheses. The important thing is to have a clear and testable statement that we can then put on trial in the next stage experimentation. Section 4. Experimentation. Putting your hypothesis to the test. This is where the rubber meets the road in the scientific method. Experimentation is all about designing and conducting tests to see if our hypothesis holds water. It's about gathering data, measuring results, and seeing if they support or contradict our initial prediction. Back to our tomato plants. To test our hypothesis, we could design an experiment where we grow two groups of tomato plants, one group in full sunlight and the other in the shade. We would carefully control all other variables such as watering, soil type, and temperature to ensure that only sunlight exposure differs between the two groups. We would then meticulously measure the growth of both groups over a set period, recording the height, number of leaves, and overall health of the plants. This data would provide us with the evidence we need to either support or refute our hypothesis. Now let's dive into the numbers. After conducting the experiment, it's crucial to analyze the data collected. This involves statistical analysis to determine the significance of the results. Were the differences in growth between the two groups of tomato plants statistically significant? This step helps us draw meaningful conclusions from our experiment, ensuring that the results are not just due to random chance. By crunching the numbers, we can confidently say whether our hypothesis was correct or if we need to reconsider our initial assumptions. Finally, let's reflect on how the scientific method isn't just for scientists. It's a toolkit that anyone can use in everyday life. Whether you're testing which brand of batteries lasts longer, or experimenting with recipes to find the perfect chocolate chip cookie, the scientific method helps us make decisions based on evidence. It empowers us to be curious, ask questions, and seek out answers in a structured way. So, the next time you're faced with a problem, remember the steps of the scientific method and put them to work.